Welcome back, everybody. Apologize for my absence yesterday. Had a strange schedule, and before I actually even realized that I had missed my video. I was already kind of in bed and almost asleep. I actually, I got off early yesterday, and the shift went well. It went okay. There was some kind of difficult moments early on, and basically I needed to talk to my manager, and excuse me, just needed to let her know that, look, I'm being overworked, and it was just starting, and so I figured I would go ahead and kind of nip it in the bud, because I was in one area and I had already done the major cleanup of it, and then she was about to pull me away once I was done to go do something else on the backside, which would have ultimately meant I was going to have to do the major cleanup of the area back there, because that's what she usually makes me do. And I was tired of it, because it's like, look, I don't say nothing at no point. I usually keep my mouth closed, and I just do my work. I just do work. But what's been happening is, in the areas where there are two people at any given time, most times when a certain supervisor or leader is working, I'm by myself back there, because it's like people know that I can do all of it. Oh, he's got it because we are cool type stuff. You know what I mean? And that's what's difficult. That's what's frustrating to me, because being good back in the days used to mean something, and you used to get broke off. But nowadays, no, it's called free labor. And so the mindset and everything when you're being interviewed is on that level. Okay, well, we want somebody who's going to be a stand-up employee, who's going to, easy to train, so in case something goes wrong, that kind of stuff. So they're already trying to feel you out with these kind of, statements early on. And so it's like, look, I'm here to work, but I'm not here to do everybody's work. And it's like, look, you guys got these cameras, and it's like, you guys get kind of, I don't know, what would you call it? They act different when I speak out, because I don't speak. See, that's the thing, I'm quiet. And then all of a sudden when I do, it's kind of like a roar. And it's not like I'm yelling at them, but I project my voice, I raise it. In a way that I'm trying to be understood, and I'm trying to be heard. But I guess they can take it differently. I guess I can see that. Yeah, whatever. But But see, I understand. I'm old enough. I've been through this game before. I've made my mistakes. I feel I perfected them because I understand what a lot of people try to do. And what they try to do is they want to get a reaction out of you because they believe they know something that you don't know, and they may. And that's why you always want to be one step ahead, being that they don't know your mind and what you're thinking just as much as you don't know what they're thinking. And so you play off of that. So it's like, okay, you know what? I know what they might be trying to do. And if they're not, that's fine too, but just in case, because situations have proven otherwise, don't do what they expect you to do. What they expect you to do is react in some kind of hostile or aggressive way because the camera's all around and they can go to that. It's not, they don't have to worry about your word against theirs. They got the cameras and they use them joints. I know that. So I stay in my lane. I know what I'm able to do and what I'm not able to do. And I don't do anything that's out of line. Because I know that's exactly what they can do. But I don't do that. And so I did speak to the manager about, something, and she was like, don't assume. And so I'm just like, I get it. I understand why you're saying that. I just did my agreeings, and I just wanted to let it be known. I had no idea that while that was happening, my coworkers were also going through some stuff, and something happened to one of my coworkers per the supervisor, and it apparently wasn't fair, or it was misjudged, and the ultimate judgment was definitely unfair. So so that was the going on, and so apparently what happened is one of my coworkers who saw this also saw and heard what was going on with me, and she decided to contact one of the other supervisors to report this, and that. So so that was kind of interesting. So the good thing is the bug is out on this particular individual, even though she's the assistant manager. That doesn't really mean anything. And I just question, how did she become an assistant manager? She doesn't really even know fully a lot of things that one should know, it seems. I don't know. It's crazy, y'all. So that was happening. And then so the rest of the shift was I think it went kind of okay. I think it was kind of busy. I can't remember exactly what was all happening. But there were still, bits and pieces of friction, going off. And there were other people that had some friction that was, going off as well. So, just people do not like this manager. She just is, she does the most. She does too much. She really does. We all know what we're supposed to do. So then let us do it. Like, why do you feel that you have to speak and interject in what we're doing when it's not broke? No need to fix anything. No one else does it. It's just this one. And so I didn't get a break until around. Now, remind you, I had I had overtime. I just cleared my overtime this morning. So as of yesterday, the night before, which was Sunday, I was, I was trying to make sure about my overtime because I'm like, look, I'm supposed to get off at 5. Well, she didn't seem like she acknowledged that. I don't know. It was just weird. So I got my break around 3 something, and I'm like, So I'm gonna take my break, clock back in, and then clock back out. That has happened before, early on when I was working there. I don't, but it wasn't intentional. It was on accident, and it was because of overtime. I didn't know I had that much overtime though. So I'm like, I didn't want to ruffle any feathers or anything like that by questioning anything because I'm like, well, I had already mentioned this to her and she said everything was fine. She doesn't speak much English, and she also doesn't understand a lot of things or how to say certain things or how to, you know what I mean. So that aspect is in there with this. So I take my break. It was a 45-minute break I had to take, so that pushes it into like almost 4:30 from when I took my break. And so I'm just like, I mean, maybe she just wants me to clock in to do some finishing things and then I'm gone. I guess, whatever. I did my thing, came back. Now, she's not even saying anything like, like the, before you leave type stuff, just do this or do that. Ain't saying nothing. And I'm kind of peeping and I'm like, because I'm really not trying to do stuff committed into like, like anything long term. I'm really just trying to do simple stuff like wipe down counters, looking around to see if something needs wiped down or moving around, and nothing's being said. That all of a sudden she's like coming at me demanding stuff, and like I was back there helping out first off, like, and she's talking to me in this aggressive way, like, and like about these orders. And first of all, I wasn't paying attention to the orders because I wasn't working back there. I wasn't paying attention to the orders because I actually passed the time I was supposed to go, and she, her own words, everything was okay. And so why would I be, and she's talking to me when there's other people working back there. So I'm like, look, I'm not going to allow myself to get caught up in this drama. I know my schedule. I was told this woman was told about this. You also said you understood and you checked this because I asked you. So everything has been confirmed. What the problem is, and in my mind, no problem. I got to go because I'm on overtime. So I went. She's yapping at me and it was annoying me. And I just was like, look, I gotta go. And I beelined it, clocked out, and I left. Came in today. I still had a little bit of overtime. I might have not gotten my overtime or not gotten my 40 completely. I might be a few minutes short. I mean, I think I was. I might have been. So I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I actually thought I was going to be a few minutes over. Not a big deal. It really isn't. Um, but yeah, so as of today, this is the new pay period. And I did not get sent home early. I worked. Did I get sent home early? Or was it 6 already? I can't remember. I think it was 6. I think I worked. Yeah. Cause the other cook was in. Yeah. So I got a 40-minute break, and I left. It was a little past 6, so I'm good. So one day, and I'm already good. Today is Tuesday, so tomorrow I have my day off. So I should be good with 2 days off for this week, and that'll be great. But yeah, y'all. Yeah, we're shorthanded. There was let me get y'all up to date with the one guy. So remember there was the 2 guys that was crazy. Okay. So now we have one guy who is a youngin, and he has been MIA to some extent. They were looking for him about a day or something like that, and nobody can get a hold of him. It's like last night he was supposed to work, and he didn't show up. Another no call, no show. Here's the thing, guys. At my particular location, they're desperate. They're desperate. They don't have anybody that can work there, or that will work there. Or wants to work there. It's a kaleidoscope of negativity at my spot. Management is just messed up. Dysfunctional, maybe. I don't know. They do whatever they want to do. And it seems in some situations it doesn't make much sense. There's really no logic behind certain decisions and choices that are made, adjustments that are made, or whatever. It's just like, what? Just so much stuff. I haven't been there that long. Almost a year. But I've just seen so much craziness in this company, y'all. I mean, it's a lot. They expect a lot out of you, and you can expect very little in return from them, if any. Very unfortunate situation to be in. Getting rewarded for being a good employee is a thing of the past, apparently. I can't think of any time recent that's happened, that you've gotten. I mean, I did make an Employee of the Month back in October. I have no idea how that happened. I mean, I'm a good employee. I'm not saying that, but I didn't know anything about the Employee of the Month anyways. Like, I didn't know anything about it, and me personally, I don't think I was doing anything extravagant. Like, if I needed to show up and show out for a reason, then I would have done it. and it would have been differently than what I was doing. So what that tells me is they have very low expectations. But as well, even with having low expectations, they have high expectations from you. It's crazy, y'all. It is crazy. It this is what your head working there. It really does. But there's already people that are already talking about now. There's one girl. It was crazy, y'all. Trust. I missed today, so this is supposed to be a little bit longer video. It may have to be doubled just because I missed it. So anyways, y'all got to know about yesterday because it was something different than today. Yesterday, like I was saying, there was people that were getting crazy. Remember, I was talking about me. Remember, I was telling y'all that there was a coworker of mine that had also been seeing, and she was also getting tested. And the other boy, well, she sent this one guy home. Okay. Well, I was chopping it up with my manager on the phone. This was going on. And so she sent one guy home, and she was testing the other two employees, because there was only like 3 of us at this point. Now the one girl, she's pissed, and she's talking to me, talking about, look, I'm probably not going to come in tomorrow. But apparently, even though she said that, she didn't know that she wasn't going to come in anyways, even if she wanted to, because she already had overtime, or she was about to have overtime. So she was good to not come in. I think, yeah. So anyways, but she wasn't gonna come in. But there was another guy who was also scheduled to come in, the one that she let go or sent home yesterday. So he wasn't coming. He didn't come in either. So it's like all that was happening because of this one leader. Now here's something that my shift leader was telling me yesterday when I was coming into work, because I talked with her before I came in. She's like, you have a 3-way call. What is this? The 80s and this ain't no party line. Like, what are you talking about? Have a 3-way call with you and, the both managers and y'all. I'm like, so when people are talking about stuff at work, when I go to work last night, that kind of like resurfaces, and I'm like, wait a minute. Like, why would she tell me that? Like, that's the dumbest thing to say, because it's like, I'm not the only one who has a problem with this person. It's basically everybody, so so if I'm not, so my problem, I'm more outspoken about it, but there's other people that are making moves that aren't outspoken. They're doing it on the low in a roundabout way, but it's because of her. So it's not a me thing. This isn't an isolated issue. This particular individual has been, before I came to work at this place, as I'm here working at this place, she's been having issues with all these other people. Everybody has a problem with her. Everybody. I don't know anyone who enjoys being around her other than, I guess, maybe the manager or quote unquote best friend, as I'm hearing. Like, but that's it. No crew members. And it's the same reasons that we have. So no, the complaints, how about we do one better? How about everybody files a complaint on Maria, then you will know how many people she's actually affected. She's bothers everybody, new and old. You know, everybody. So yeah, it's crazy. Now the thing is, I was almost not gonna go to work. If it wasn't for the fact that I was trying to get my 40, I wouldn't have. Because I didn't want to deal with her. Now, it's a good thing that I did. Now we'll go ahead and cut off yesterday. And now we're going to go ahead and merge into today. Now today was actually a much different and unexpectedly different, in a good way, shift. I don't want to give you guys my opinion about it, but anyways, we only had so many people working. We actually had one person from the evening crew stay a few hours overtime over to help us out because we didn't have anybody really for drive-through. And so yeah, and I made it in my mind. I'm like, hold up, because I'm in the fry station. I said, no. Because my mind normally is, I'm working. I get into zone. I get in that work mode zone because I'm an adult and I'm used to this stuff. And so that's what I do. Go to work, stay busy. I'm here for 8 hours. I don't want to be worried about no time. I want to work. Okay. But then I said, I stopped myself. I said, hold up. I'm not going to be doing this. I'm doing very little purposefully because I don't want her to call me in the back or somewhere else and have me do heavy cleanup duties. Because first of all, I'm the only one that can change the fryers, do the fry station, like change the oil and do the filter. No one else can. That's sad. She's a manager. She can't even do that. So I knew that, but I needed to chill. I needed to wait. I played it way. I just did like outside cleaning. I didn't even stock up. I mean, I did momentarily stocking, but I didn't do like my normal. I didn't do anything heavy. I just did wiping downs. I did that. I was there for a while, so I did a little bit of cleaning, but I didn't do like anything really heavy. She did pull me away, and the person that was back there found themselves at the fry station. Yeah, but we were everywhere. We really were everywhere, so it wasn't a big deal, and that's why I didn't trip and stuff. But she kept her mouth closed. She was on her P's and Q's. She didn't bother me. And that's the key. Leave me the hell alone. I know how to do my job. That's what the doggone training videos that you guys had me watch were for, right? So I know how to do this. The Q&A at the very end that I had to pass, it goes over this stuff. So what sense does it make for you to be telling me something that these videos already showed me? I didn't mess anything up, so there wasn't any reason for you to come back and remind me. It's just you're just purposely trying to, you're just being you. You're nagging. Like, being you is only cool to you. It's not cool to everybody else. So I don't want to hear that garbage about, well, that's just her. I don't care. So can I just be me then? Like, that ain't how that works. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't play that. So yeah, today was way better. It was way more calm. Let's see. and I didn't, like I said, being that we were short-handed, I didn't trip on anything. Um, so I was kind of weary, excuse me, at first, and then once I understood that, okay, we don't really have no, many people, and the one other guy, cause the one girl that was helping, she left, and so it was just two people, and so at that point it's like, okay, all bets are off. Look, everybody's got to help each other. So I kind of paced myself. I paced myself, um, and I got a break um, around the same time as I got one yesterday. I think it was like around 3:30 or something around there. Um, but I didn't need to worry about getting off early or anything like that. So yeah, everything was cool, and she didn't. We had a big order at 5, so I had helped out with that, and yeah, she asked me things and asked me to do things, and help out with certain things, and I'm just fine. So the difference was the small difference that she made was a big difference for us. Is she just, I don't know about the other cat, but at least for me, because I sensed hostility and irritation in his voice, because he was speaking Spanish at one point, and I was making out certain words, but I could tell by the expressions that he was using, and how he was saying, talking to her, that he was bothered by something that she was saying to him or making him do, or something, or both. But at least for me, it was she was cool. She wasn't a problem to work with. So I'm glad that's one day down. Um, I think she works tonight as well. Um, and we also have the truck, the delivery truck. I think that comes around like 1:30 ish. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, as long as we were super slow. We were super slow today. I think if it wasn't for that big order that we had at 5, I might have gotten sent home early. We were dead. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. I think we went through a stretch where we almost went a whole hour with no orders or anything. It was crazy, man. Big time. Other than that, guys, this week is a good week for me. I'm gonna be back on track financially, a little better. I don't know if I already told you guys. If I have not, I will be getting a bike. I checked out the amount of money that I'm spending monthly on Lyft rides to and from work, and it hurts. It hurts to see that I was spending that much money, because it almost equals out to how much that I was paying at my apartment. I mean, it was like $700, and I'm like, okay, I pay $400 for my rent monthly. I'm spending over $300 on Lyft rides. That's why I'm so broke. That's why, because I'm making less money at my job, but my bills are increasing. One bill is the Lyft, and so I'm like, wow. So what I decided I'm gonna do is I gotta get a bike. I'd rather pay $100, or maybe I'd rather pay under $200 one time than to pay almost $400 monthly. So I'm gonna get a bike. Maybe, maybe next pay period. and I may use money for I may use the money from me donating to pay for that. I don't want to use my work money for it, which means I would need to. Okay, so see, these are y'all. This is really how, when you're poor, when you don't got it like that, y'all. This is what you think. You know, this is how you try to get things. You know, make your moves and make things happen. But it's like, look, I already have to donate tomorrow because I am literally going to be out of money. Like I'm not gonna have any money to even get home on the lift. Like I'm maxing out all my money right now. Like I have money to get to work, and then that's gonna be it. Like I'm not gonna have anything to get back, so I have to donate tomorrow, and I'll get $47 for that. So that'll be good. And then what I will need to do for 3 more times is donate. And I believe after, let's see, after 2 more donations, I get my 55. So yeah. So I don't want to wait too long. I don't want to wait too long to do it, but I'm thinking by next week I want to do that. I don't want to spend too much more time if I don't have to, on these lifts. And I get it. Well, you can use you can always use the extra money from your donating, for that. And that is a point to be taken. Or I can also, but that means I have to keep going to donate, and I don't want to donate like that. I don't like getting stuck with needles. That's why I don't want to do that. It's an okay idea at first, but then, if you're not into needles, that's not something that you want to do. So a bike is what I'm going to do. Now, there are plenty of stray dogs around here, guys. I don't know any of them. I don't know any of their intentions. I also know there's a lot of kids around. So I'm going to have to make sure I take my safety precautions. So with the bike, I'm obviously going to get a light, reflector lights or whatever, so I can see for the dark. I'm just gonna be riding my bike to work. My job is close by, so not a big deal. Lights, and I will need to get some kind of I'll probably get like some pepper spray or something like that for anything that these dogs that might come up against, try to. I've had these issues in the past. That's why I'm saying this, guys. So I don't want to have to go through what I went through a couple of years ago again. So this is something I'm gonna have to do. And my knee is not in good condition, but I can't afford to be spending money on these Ubers. Like, it's insane, guys. It's crazy. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that I'm spending. I can't do it. So there is an academy right up the street from where I stay. There's a Walmart, which actually I think I found a better deal on a bike at Walmart. I'm gonna have them to ship it to me. So I'm gonna get a bike. I think the price was like around $150. So that's an easy purchase. So that's what I'm gonna do, guys. But anyways, I appreciate y'all sticking it out and staying and checking out the video. I apologize it was so long. My work schedule, working overnights, it's hard sometimes, guys, to stay on schedule, because sometimes I mean, like, especially lately, I'm not getting off at the same time. So getting home, and then being that I share a place, I can't always speak. I try to be mindful of my of the other people that live here. So um, it's just, trying to do the right things, But um, I'm just trying to be, mindful, and also, make it up to you guys, if I'm able to. So that's why I made this video a little longer, to kind of combine yesterday and then this day's video. But anyways, guys, y'all have a blessed day. Take care. And like I said, this is life here at Whataburger, Southside, Houston, Texas. My name is Henri. Y'all take it easy.